Wow. Last night was definitely interesting. We got off of work, went home, got cleaned up, and then saw Matt from Whiskey Wisdom was still alive. And we did some fresh cracks last night. So Fresh Crack Friday actually did happen for once. We tried the 2024 bomb burgers and shanks and the blend. So the 2024 bomb burgers was a little harsh, wasn't super balanced, which it's okay. The 2024 shanks was definitely better, and the blend was pretty solid. We had quite a bit last night, so we're suffering from the effects of having too much to drink from the night before. Wouldn't necessarily say hangover, but we had crushed some water this morning. And see, this is what I don't understand. This car pulls out to make a turn, and they block a lane. It's crazy. We're out here doing nut job stuff. But we're going to go out and about today. I think it's safe to say I'd go to Colleyville and see if we can get something from Goody Goody Colleyville. I don't know if they're going to have anything, but I know that Goody Goody does have stuff in, and they haven't dropped yet. So let's see if they'll drop something at Goody Goody today. Man, people don't know how to drive today. All of them are going slow. Maybe we're just going fast. Okay, we got one viewer in chat. I don't know what's going on with this YouTube algorithm, but I don't think it likes me being in the car. Mr. Noobs, where are you going today, buddy? I know you're out and about. You're local. You got anywhere you're going? Is it time for Goody Goody to drop something for once? We're going to try to do a double Goody Goody trip. ETA 1002. We're going to hit up Goody Goody Colleyville. You're going to go to Specs. I'm thinking Goody Goody Colleyville. Then I'm thinking the Goody Goody in Bedford along with the Specs there in Bedford. And then the Specs in Eula. So this will be Goody Goody squared and Specs squared run. What's going on? We got Ted in chat. Come on, speed up or slow down. I have to merge. You're in the slow lane and there's plenty of room for you to move over, but you didn't. So we'll go around you. Nice G70 if only you knew how to drive it. Alright, so Goody Goody Colleyville, Goody Goody Bedford, Specs Bedford, and then Specs Euless. I think that's going to be the run today. And we did add an additional sample to the little game for the Tater chat. So anybody who does find me out and about says the phrase, we now have 4 samples for them. So let's see if I can remember all the samples that I've poured up. We've got the Dragon's Milk. I'm getting a phone call. Let me see if I can take it. And we're back and probably lost a bunch of our viewers, but we did get a phone call from the wife, and when the phone rings and she calls, we answer. So, especially because she's out and about, you never know what's going on. Mr. Noob says he's trying to get to that black status and hope for that Russell's 15 call. Yeah, I wish. I would love to get that phone call, but I don't think we're going to do it. I would need to spend like $6,000 more in order to get to the black status. You gotta, well, no, it's $2,200 or $2,400 more, I think. $2,000 more, maybe. You know what? We were over $4,000. We'd have to spend like $1,900 to $2,000 just to get to black status, and even then we might not get a phone call. I don't know. We'd have to spend a couple $1,000 easily. Maybe the end of the year. Maybe the end of the year. We'll see. We just got an account, you know, last August. But we didn't get a link till like June or July. So I think we've only had a specs account for like 10 months, I think. So JA says The Office. We're going to Goody Goody Colleyville to start off. This will hopefully make it helpful. We're trying to go over the samples that I poured up for the giveaway. Anybody who finds me out in the wild locally bourbon hunting, you say the phrase, Tater's gonna tate. We've got samples. I was trying to remember what samples they were. We have the Dragon's Milk Honey as sample 1. We have another sample of the Cody Road Bourbon, single barrel. We also have a pour of, I know we poured up the short barrel 12-year MGP rye, the Matt from Whiskey Wisdom and Sean from Echoes of Eternity. That's one of the pours. What else did I pour up? I poured out something else. Oh, the 1 Foot Clock bottled in bond Empire rye. So we have 4 stuff that people who locally probably don't have or can't even see or find or get because distribution just doesn't happen here. Dollar Bill, what's going on? Ryan says no notification today. What the hell's with YouTube? This one we did just go live directly from YouTube, like literally without changing nothing, not even the title, because we're hoping, you know, broader audience. But I think that got killed when I had a phone call come in. But we're back now, getting ready to go into a dead zone, so we'll see if it'll stay connected the entire time. But we are going to a couple stores. We're going to go to 4 stores this morning. I think we can. ETA's 10:01, so we're going to roll up straight to Colleyville. We got some intel from someone in the chat that the manager changed, so hopefully I don't get recognized and I don't get kicked out of a store before I can even go in this time. Weller 12's dropping in Chicago today, and Weller 12, I'm curious if it's going to be, you know, leftover 23 for you, or if it's going to be 2024. I don't know why these guys camp in the fast lane if they're not going to go fast. Mr. Mom, what's going on? I know Dollar Bill's not too far away from where I'm going to, but I don't know if Dollar Bill's going to come over and snag some samples or he's going to be tied up this morning. Some of you guys got to work. I get it. We're going to split the gaps. We're chopping up in traffic. Good thing we're not showing off what we're doing. Let's see, I cracked the Journeyman. Oh, the Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey. Yeah, there was a guy local that was talking to me about that. Man, who was it? It was one of the older guys that I see in the mornings on the South Arlington side. He said he had got a bottle of that and liked it and was talking about trying to get another one, but didn't know if they sold it here. And we found out that it's not. It doesn't get distributed to Texas, so it's actually a pretty good bottle too. Yeah, he did say it was really good. Will says no hunting for him. Manager at Colleyville said no drop today. Well, if there's no drop today and you know that, then why would I go there? Come on, Will, you're supposed to tell me this stuff. So if it's not a goody day, do we go to a different specs? Like I don't know, man. I know it's not a Total Wine day. Total Wine never drops anything on Saturdays from what I've seen. Not unless they got their truck on Friday and they refused to put it out the day they had it. Oh, you just called, okay. Well, that sucks. Do you think they lied to you? Surprised they answered? It's 16 minutes till they open. They're definitely there. You think they just tell people that, or do you think he'd actually tell you if they're dropping something? Yeah, don't believe them. Honestly, he said the manager transferred from The Bedford location. So if it's the same manager I'm thinking of, the guy's very honest. He'll tell everybody anything and everything you ask him. You got 2 bottles from either Specs or Total Wine in Cedar Hill about 6 weeks ago. I don't know what they're gonna have, but I know that Goody Goody's been having some more stuff recently. That's where we got the Russell's Private Barrel from. So I don't know. Maybe we can find something. That was just on the shelf. That's not something that they're, considering allocated anymore, apparently. The guy from Bedford, yes. If it's that guy, he's very honest. Put your name on the list yesterday and I'll never get a call back from, LOL. Specs is the one that I'm concerned about. People were getting phone calls yesterday, and not everyone got a phone call yesterday, but they still have more calls to make, so maybe we will start getting some phone calls. Most of the people that I conferred with, and I think Dollar Bill can attest to, that got the Russell's 15 reserve in. Specs was doing phone calls yesterday for the Russell's 15. People were going and picking up bottles, but just phone call only. The people that I knew that were getting calls had around 10,000 points for their overall total account balance. Now the issue is, how many bottles does my store have, and are they going to call again? Appreciate that, Jack. Said, nice stash, dude. Normally it's much more, lively, and it used to be super long and curly. We completely shaved it off and went naked mole rat. Work bugs out when your hair gets over half an inch, but they can't even show up to work to be bugged out about it. But it is what it is. I got talked to, so I shaved everything off, but we'll grow it back out. And I think next time they say something to us, we'll just tell them to get bent. Good morning, Paul. Total Wine in Cedar Hill has the Journeyman for like $68. Okay. I'll have to look for it then, because I don't think they used to have it, but that's good to know. Finally getting some bottles out here from them. Yeah, Russell's 15 though, it's in the area. Specs does have it. Specs is calling people, and the one on Walnut Hill, I think he only got through about a third of the phone calls he needed to make. So still some more phone calls to go. Maybe we can get to the lower point accounts, because like I said, 10,000 points. So they were calling at around 2 p.m. I think they stopped calling people about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, somewhere around there. That's when they stopped calling. Guess we'll merge behind this Toyota Corolla that keeps tapping their brakes. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're driving with 2 feet and they're on their phone, if I had to guess. Just show up and say I got a call about a Russell's 15. No, you gotta show like the email. They gotta verify that it's you. Check your ID, and then they gotta hand you the bottle. I have heard of people going, and I have heard of an employee, depending on who's running it. Most of the time it's a manager running it, but I have heard of an employee doing it and not checking and verifying that the person is actually who they say they are, and they give them someone else's bottle, which has happened. But you know how disappointing that would be if you got your first ever call from Specs and you're super excited and you're on your way to pick up the bottle from the store you got your phone call from, and then you get there and you find out, someone came in and said they were you when they weren't, or someone just said, hey, I'm here for Russell's 15, and your bottle with your name on it gets given away to somebody else because, they're lying and cheating the system. And now all your excitement of getting your very first phone call is quickly ruined. Specs' reputation's completely destroyed, and now all you have to say is a bunch of negative stuff about Specs, all because someone did you dirty. So just something I won't do, but yeah, I guess you technically could, but that would be really shitty. I'm super excited to get my first phone call, and then my bottle's gone. Oh, I'd be pissed. Waiting to hear back. Cousin in South Texas went to pick up 2 Rebecca Creek Spanish Oaks for me. Did a curbside. Yeah. Well, if you didn't get the Rebecca Creek Double Barrel Spanish Oaks, you can reach out to me, especially if you get Discord and join the Discord. You got some guys that are local that have them, and they're selling them basically at cost. The reason why they're selling them at cost in the first place is they bought them at specs. So they're building specs points to help get these phone calls that people are receiving, and then they're reciprocating, cost of the bottle plus shipping or hand delivery, however you want to word that, to get those bottles to you guys. So they're not really benefiting money-wise, but they are benefiting point-wise. Point-wise can be reflected into phone calls, which can get them into bigger allocated bottles, which can turn into money. Some of these guys, they definitely flip more than they drink, but then some of them, they'll drink the expensive stuff too, so. So we're passing around the area where we would normally exit. The exit we're getting ready to pass is the one we would go to if we're going to the Bedford. We're going to go a little bit further north. It's about 7 to 10 minutes north, but you can't just go in a straight line. You got to go through the back roads and through the neighborhoods to Colleyville. The ETA is 11 minutes out, which puts us there at 10:01. The store will be open when we pull up, so we'll be able to immediately transfer from the truck to flipping the camera around so you guys can see, and we'll go see if Goody Goody in Colleyville has anything, and we'll also check Bedford. They talked about, corporate tells them when to drop. They never specified, does corporate tell each store to drop on the same day, or can they drop on different days? So that's another question I think I would have, if they tell all stores to drop at the same time, or how they do that. So just a curious question that I might have, but yeah. Other than, the Russell's 15, which is phone call only, there is the slight chance, and I say very slight chance because this happened last year, and I was actually at the store that it happened. Now, this was in Hearst, I believe. There was phone call only bottles. It was the Camp Nelson Single Rickhouse F, and they had 2 bottles that they put out on the counter that were supposed to be phone call only, and I did get one of those bottles. I was second in line, and it was me and the third person that picked them up. The first lady, she passed, but we got the Camp Nelson Single Rick F, so it is possible that some of these stores get Russell's 15 and decide to put them out instead of doing phone calls, so would be interesting. Coming over, come over. They had their turn signal on, they turned it off, now they turn it back on, now they're actually coming over. Oh, the other car's coming over on top of them too. What a dick. I love how out here in Texas, a turn signal isn't asking permission, but rather than just doing it. Coming over on top of people like that. We are mobbing it now. Taking a different exit. This is the exit they told us to take, though. First time seeing Elijah Craig barrel-proof B524. I've seen the Larceny B524, so I'm surprised the Elijah Craig, you hadn't seen him sooner. I guess you are up there in Chicago, though, so maybe their distribution for Elijah Craig isn't as popular. Manager at Specs said Stag 24A is being held for the end of the year drop. Are you kidding me? Which Specs, Paul? Because I can't imagine them holding every single bottle of Stag 24A. That'd be shitty if they did. Have I tried Old Forester King Ranch? If yes, the answer is obviously yes. Texas exclusive. Why would we not buy that and try that? What are my thoughts? Well, let's go back in time to when they dropped the second Old Forester King Ranch, because I wasn't buying the first batch. The first batch was $70. The second batch was $90. It was $89.99 for that first week and a half, 2 weeks. And they dropped the price down to $84.99. So we did buy our first 2 bottles at that full price before they dropped it to $84.99. $84.99 with a 1.0825 tax rate, so 8.25%. brings it out to be a total of $92 even. So, $92 even was supposed to be, a Texas exclusive partnered with King Ranch, and it was supposed to be considered like part of the Whiskey Row series. Well, the Whiskey Row series bottles that are out there, the popular ones we know, 1910, 1920 as two of the big ones, are what, $60? So why did they think that they could raise the price from 70 to 90 and people would be willing to pay that when all it is just a Texas exclusive where they slap King Ranch on there? So when they did that, they kind of shot themselves in the foot. At $90 though, we still bought it and we tried it, and it has a unique filtering. They filter it through mesquite, so very different profile. That mesquite profile definitely is translated over to the whiskey. I thought it was a great pour. I thought it was a really good bottle. A lot of people thought it was overhyped, and I think it was. It definitely was, but I was still happy to have a bottle, and I drank 3 of them, and I helped several people get them that were not in Texas. I liked it. I thought it was overpriced. But now, and this isn't trying to justify the price, but because the prices are going up everywhere at distilleries and stores, they dropped 1924. And when they dropped 1924, which is a 10-year, basically double oaked, the price went even more. It was like $120. So when you consider 1924 being part of the Whiskey Row series, coming in at almost double the price of any of the bottles on the Whiskey Row series, and then you consider King Ranch for what it is, I think the King Ranch is now more approachable at that price point than it was before, just because, everyone's coming up and raising prices. Is it a $90 bottle? No. Is it a $70 bottle like first release? With inflation, probably. Is it below 1910, 1920, or should it be below 1910, 1920, around that $50, $55 range? I think so, and I think it would move a lot faster at that price point. It was so bad here, it was oversaturated, that Total Wine actually sent back cases. And when I say cases, I mean they sent back like 6 or 7 cases that they had back. I don't know how they send them back to the distributor and what the distributor does with them, but they sent them back so they didn't have to be on the hook with trying to keep them all and sell them all. Every time I would go into Total Wine too, I was buying 1 to 2 at a time, so we were definitely helping them move them, but it was just short answer. That was a long answer. Short answer is yes, I do enjoy Old Forester King Ranch. I thought it was unique and different. Complaints, the price tag, and now complaints, availability until, the next release of it. The Whiskey Shaman said, what are we searching for? He said he didn't like King Ranch either. He thought it was just okay. Yeah, I probably agree with that. We're trying to get around this car. They're driving slow. We're also driving fast. We're trying to make up time, though. We'll make up time. I promise we'll make up time. Hey, what's going on? Matt from Whiskey Wisdom. We drank a little too much last night. I do remember Shank's 2024 was better. Today, we're honestly we're hunting to hunt. There's not really an intended purpose behind it. Laguna Madre did drop in our area. Specs would be the ideal place to pick that bottle up. I'm pretty sure a lot of them have sold out already. The cash price is just too good. We do already have one on the way, though, so. Ryan said he fell asleep last night. He's apologizing to Matt. We had Dollar Bill backstage. He said he fell asleep. He said, I hope I turn my camera and my audio off. So only Matt will probably know that answer. Got a stop sign. Make sure this guy's going straight. You said your batteries died during the after hours? Man, I have to say wired is always better just because the batteries, you never know if a battery's going to make it or not. We're 2 minutes out from the goody goody though, guys. We're almost there. Well, if they're holding Stag 24A back, that's just Specs holding it back. There's still a chance to get them at other locations, other stores. This is a bad corner to try to turn, on red at least. Can't really see. Alright, we did it safely though. ETA, 1 minute. Trying to make sure we don't miss our turn. See if anyone else is out and about hunting too. Hopefully someone runs into us today and says the phrase so I can give away some samples. Never knew it was going to be this hard to give away free whiskey. Especially now that we're doing it live and telling people where we're going. I haven't heard from her since the other day, but last thing I did hear from her was she was doing good, so she was doing good. We get a bunch of people running in. Some people coming out empty-handed though. 2 people, 3 people already leaving. Wow, crazy. Nothing. Disappointment.
Yep.
Well, there's a lot of people that were in here apparently, so.
Hello. Hello. How are you? Yes, this is, hello.
I had to come shake your hand because I
appreciate
heard you got moved over here.
This
so.
is my store now.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I know Will called you on the way to see if you had anything this morning, but I'm like, I still got to come over here and come say hi.
Yeah, I was like, no, we're not putting anything out. I do have a Weller, I have 2 Weller Millennium. If anybody's looking to spend like $8,000.
I was about to say, as long as you don't charge the, what is it, $7,900 or something for it?
It's $8,000. If anybody wants a Weller Millennium.
No,
I'll wait till it goes on sale.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting for a really long time.
Yeah.
But got 2 Weller Millenniums. Man, that's crazy though. Who's spending $8K on a bottle?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll ask if we can touch the bottle. $124.99 for the Murray Hill. Excuse me, guys. I'm just cut through real quick. Ask for the little book 8, Will. That's dirty, man. That would be funny though. Okay, I had an order here for pickup and you guys canceled my order. Where's my little book 8? McKenna's with 225 and 416 for the dates. Let's go see if you'll let us look at the Weller Millennium. Take a selfie with it. Might have to, honestly. Let's go see if he'll let us look at it. Looking at all the rum. Lots of rum. Look how long the sile is. Some cognac. Some flavored stuff too. We got a Balvenie 16 French oak for $195.59, and a Balvenie 19 for $5.19. See what else I got up front. Johnny Walker Blue Labels for $400. Patron Extra Añejo for $81.99. Lots of Kentucky Ale. They got a Joseph Magnus triple cast finish up there for $99.99. Seems like a pretty good price. Old 4-grain and the Armagnac cast finish. Got the RD1 pick, the El Tesoro picks too. Nashville Company, I have not tried that one, so I don't have an answer for that one. It is a single barrel pick, 125.26 proof, 6 year. Some one single barrel Garrison Brothers. This Virginia distillery too, interesting one. Looks like it's a 120.8 proof. Some Dickel 17.
I got it.
Cellar Master 17-year-old Canadian whiskey for $71.60. It's only 94 proof though, but interesting at 17. If it was at a higher proof, maybe. See that? He had to hesitate saying Colleyville. He forgets where he's at. He got moved over here. Someone's calling and asking what they got.
8,000. Yeah.
2 Weller Millenniums asking $8,000 is crazy. So I rolled up after the store had already opened up, Will, but I will say there was definitely a line. There was several people leaving. So we got lots of guys that are here. He's doing a carryout order for an older gas, so I'm not going to bother him about his Weller Millenniums, but it would be cool to, you know, take a picture holding it or some shit like that. Even crazier if I drop it, how much money I'm going to owe goody. If I dropped a bottle of Weller Millennium at a store, I think I would be banned for life. $8,000 bottle, and it's like, you just dropped that, you need to pay for that, sir. Alright, well, there is another goody we can go to. Like I said, we'll still go to it, the one in Bedford. There's a Specs over there too, so definitely go check out that Specs. Whew. $8,000 though. $8,000. That is crazy. And I think it's only like 100 proof or 90 proof. Like, it's low proof. And it comes in a fancy, you know, box with lights and all that. Giant, like, decanter looking bottle. And it's not even the most expensive product they sell. We saw that they had some Eagle Rare 25s. In fact, someone had picked one up locally. And they picked it up. The MSRP on that was $10,000 for that bottle. And they posted it on secondary, hoping to make a profit. The first guy that posted one was asking like 50 grand. Now he's asking 40 grand. So it's like, man, if someone actually paid 40 grand for a bottle and helped that guy make a $30,000 profit, they're out of their mind. There's no way that Eagle Rare 25 is even worth the $10,000 MSRP price tag that they're putting on it. What's up, Dad? Got my dad in the chat. What's going on? Watch it be a 100 milliliter. Yeah, they also short U50. That'd be hilarious.
Hey, can you get me those 2 Weller Mill editions?
As soon as that came across, I don't know if you guys heard that, I just played the text message I got from Matt. I immediately just said, nope, we don't want to hear the rest of that. He's already asking us to get both of them. I can't afford that, man. We'd be putting 16 grand on the credit card. The amount of points that he just sent a JK right after. I don't need a JK. There's no way I'm buying those. Working in the yard. I do hope everyone has a good weekend as well. We're on our way to the next store. We're 8 minutes out. We got people in front of us that want to drive super slow, so this guy is indeed actually going below the speed limit. Yeah. You said that's what ballers do? There's no way someone's buying bottles for that price. You would have to have some kind of business to do like a write-off in order for you to even consider buying a bottle of that statue. I mean, even if you had it at a bar, how much are you going to charge for a pour from a $10,000 bottle? Like, at that point, you're just showing off a bottle that you have at your store, and you might have someone buy a pour of it maybe once every 2 years. I don't know. It just seems ridiculous to me. You said you'll be right there. I guess you could. I guess you could buy it. What is that, like a 2 days paycheck for you, Dad? Go drop 8 grand on a Weller Millennium. You've had weeks that you've made over $8,000. You've had days where you've made over $8,000. Not every day, but I guess you could ball out. I don't understand the marketing behind Buffalo Trace pushing these super hyper allocated products at the prices they're doing. Even that set, what was it? It was five bottles. They're all 375s. They come in a set of 5. You can buy individuals now, but you didn't. I think when they first dropped, you could only buy the set of 5, and it was $1,000 was the MSRP, and we thought that was crazy. I started thinking about it and doing the math on that. If you do in fact buy something like that, and you have a 375s, it's 750s for the normal size bottles of the BTAC bottles. So if you essentially, double the price tag at $2,000, that's what it would be if they were 750s, and then divide that by 5. Now you have what I would still say is an absurd price point above what a BTAC bottle is. So it's like, how are you charging this much for, what was it, like the Old Stag, and I don't remember all of them. There's 5 of them. They're like a little set. They look almost like little cassette tapes. They're 375 milliliter bottles in each one, and it's supposed to capture some of the older flavors that they used to have and sell. Crazy though, crazy. Yeah, no, it's not beer. If it was beer and they were charging that much, that'd be even more crazy. Speaking of beer, though, we were talking about beer at work the other day, and some of the guys had talked about your Yingling Pilsner and how they thought it was awful. I don't know how it came across, but they're like, yeah, that yellow or that gold label. Well, we struck out at Goody Goody, along with looks like a whole bunch of other people. I promise you, at least some of those guys were in the den. They're probably all super taters, and none of them said the phrase. So we'll see if the next store, if anybody's to recognize us. I found that, as much as I would like to give away free whiskey, they think that I'm doing free advertisement for my YouTube channel. So I got basically told off. Well, joke's on them. I just had the owner of the server post it instead because, well, damn it, I'm going to give away some free whiskey to someone local. I'm freaking tired of not being able to give back to the guys that are local, that are in the local communities hanging out too, not just sending it to you guys, which, I mean, we'll do giveaways too and send more stuff to you guys as well. I haven't forgot about you guys, but I wanted to do something different and fun. Limited edition White Claw will be next. That would be great. Even Mark Duffy says the golden Pilsner is fucking awesome. So, I mean, I guess some guy just, didn't know what he was talking about at my work, which doesn't surprise me. He talks out of his ass almost every day. What up, melon farmers? Mark Duffy's in the house. So Mark Duffy, since you just joined the stream, how did you join the stream? Did you have to search for it? Did it notify you? I'm getting issues where YouTube doesn't notify people. I got a text from Torup saying he got notified for the live stream yesterday, this morning, which I found funny because I scheduled that midnight the day before. My dad said it's truly his favorite. Okay. And the Oktoberfest is really good. So that tells me if it's that good, I'll need to find some for you so we can at least get you some next time. Got to make sure, because you're getting ready to go to town for a month. But we'll make sure if we pick it up, we'll go put it in your fridge at the house and just not say anything. You come home to some Pilsner if I can find it. 2 minutes away from the next store. We got like one light, two lights, and 2 stop signs, I think, give or take. I think we're gonna go to the Specs first, though. It just makes sense. It's like on the way. We'll hit the Specs first. It'll be on the right, and then we'll leave and go to the other goody goodies. Especially since it sounds like they're not dropping anyways. So, wouldn't that be funny too if the person I'm trying to avoid got moved to the Bedford location? Mark said he was trying to sleep in and called me an asshole. I love it. Hey Zeus, the Bloody 81, what's going on? Hey, Louis ready for his 107. Yeah, we're gonna give away 10 107s. If you guys haven't been keeping up, we accelerated our 107 collection very quickly. We're at 9 bottles, and we have someone who is giving us the last bottle on Tuesday. Tuesday's the meet time, so on Tuesday we'll probably do another post, maybe a video even, of me holding or showing off. I can't hold all 10 bottles at once, so it'll be me showing off 10 bottles of Weller Antique 107 and talking about the giveaway. So we'll definitely have to do that on Tuesday. 10 107s at secondary is crazy. You love the flight over the light by a long shot. I agree with that one, Dad. The Yingling flight is way better than the Yingling light. It has to do with the yeast, I'm sure, on why the flavor's so different. Hey, cheers, Matt. Hit that like button. Yeah, we got 16 watching, 7 likes. Alright, turning into Specs. Parking lot's pretty empty. Don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. I'm just going to go ahead and assume they have nothing, but we're going to go check anyways, because we're degenerate. Maybe I can be that guy and say, you got any Blantons? We do have some great people in this group. Yeah, Paul, if you found a Laguna Madre at Specs at that cash price, that is a buy. I'm actually tempted to buy a second bottle. I have someone that might be selling me a second bottle, actually, so we might buy a second bottle before we even get the first one in. Be one that I think would be cool to have a backup of. Here we are, Specs. This is the one that's right across the street from the Goody Goody in Bedford, so if anyone's here, doesn't look like it based on the parking lot. Free samples. Private barrel still here. $500 bottle of barrel seagrass. Wow.
Hey guys, you looking for anything in particular today?
Always. I don't know what I want though.
Yeah? Well, sometimes these things can be hard.
Yeah, no, I'm very indecisive. I never know what I want.
No worries. If you need any help, let me know.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, no, if someone finds me out in the wild, they got to say the phrase "Taters going to take," because you know all these taters are out here hunting for bottles, and I've got sample I'll give away. Not seeing anything new. Ugh. Bourbon Riders, Hazmat Compton, what's going on? That would be funny, Mark Duffy. Double it if they say that. Oh my goodness, I'm not seeing anything. This is where they put all their allocated stuff on the shelf, and it's empty, bone dry. Probably another week or two before they get those. Said you're right around the corner, but you'd feel like a leech. No, that's what it's meant for, man. I'm going to the goody goody over here in Bedford. I'm gonna walk the aisles and check out the store. The manager's not there. They moved him to another location, so we'll see who's gonna be at this store. But if they didn't round robin her over here, we'll be there for a minute. So come collect, Noah. And every day that someone doesn't find me, I add a sample to it. We're gonna cap that at 5 samples. And this is like day 4 right now, so we've got quite a few samples. 2 people pull up as we're pulling out, so if they're looking for me, they're gonna have to go to the goody goody. See someone like chasing after my truck trying to say the phrase or yelling the phrase at my truck, that'd be funny. People in the parking lot would be like, what's wrong with that crackhead? Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna be at the goody goody right here in Bedford. We're pulling in now. We're going through the light. We're gonna turn in, and we're gonna walk the aisles. See, I don't think they have anything allocated. We'll take our time here, shop around. We have the samples out in the truck, so we'll have to come outside before I hand you whiskey. I don't think they're gonna want me handing people whiskey inside their store, anyways. That's a whole nother issue. Yeah, Mark Duffy said he's down 23 pounds. We're trying to lose some weight too, so we've been working on that slowly. Trying to been eating better, eating less. Yeah, goody goody. Hello. How are you doing?
Good. What can I do for you?
Just browsing. I was hoping you guys had something out, but nothing fancy in the case. Goody goody is a toss-up, man. Some things are well priced and some things are not, and the product they push is tough, very tough. But like, here's an example. They have these Frey Ranch single barrel picks, which I don't like, but that's the cheapest price I've seen in the entire Metroplex at $84.99. Ryan said he found the weight that Mark Duffy lost. That's not good, buddy. Weight management is pretty hard. Some Dickel signature recipe and a barrel select. Catching these on the replay, I have to like mute the song audio, and I'm curious how bad it distorts the rest of the audio. Normally does pretty good though. Southern Comfort, Wild Turkey 101 handles, Old Granddad 114, Henry McKenna 22514, not the date we're looking for. Got the Evan Williams American Heroes edition for $18.99. Let's show off some of the tequila too. There is stuff in the back corner over here too. Well, I should say back, like middle of the store. There's an allocated case as well. Unless you're talking about a different back corner. You're talking about the corner that's like up front. Well, if Noah's coming up here, he's gonna have to show me anyway, so. Because we got this allocated case. They got a last drop for $39.49.99. Some tequila, but I don't see anything. I don't see anything that we need. Look at the blended stuff and the Texas stuff though. He said not trying to stall you or nothing. Yeah, he's over here trying to like, oh, this guy's going quick. I gotta get there fast. You know, there's a lot of shade that gets thrown at George Dickel, and honestly, a lot of their stuff's pretty good. I don't know why people have so much hate for it. Some Crown. Some Woodford Double Oaks, the little small ones. They put some of their clearance stuff up here that they do on sales too. Not everything, but some things. Look at that. It's like all at the top. Coconut flavored vodka with like actual coconut, but it's floating. It's so weird. That's probably the weirdest thing they have on the shelf actually is this. Or these that have these toppers to reseal them after you open them. It's supposed to be gin though. Interesting. Let's check out the rum. I do want to buy some more rum. And I do want to buy something that's like higher age stated, like 16 year or greater. I don't know. They have a Tommy 8 Bahama one, which I find interesting. Pretty bottle too. Whoops, make sure that's back on the shelf. There we go. Yeah, George Dickel gets hated on quite a bit, and honestly, it's not that bad. The bottle and bond's pretty solid in my opinion. I'm not sold on the flavored stuff for rum. It's good for cocktails. Either someone just pulled up to my Oh, he's here. He said I can come out now. He said it. He said it. He found us. What's going on? Well, I gotta unlock the truck if I'm gonna get samples. That might help.
How's it going?
Good. Someone found us. It wasn't too hard since we're live streaming it.
Yeah, I finally got to catch a live stream live. Usually I'm over here rewatching them.
Bags ripped, but they're all wrapped in bubble wrap.
Should I just grab one? Or just
You
the
can
whole
all-
bag?
yeah.
Oh shit. I appreciate
So
that, man.
we'll reset tomorrow. Well, I mean Sunday we're not hunting, but we'll reset. We'll do one sample, and then every day we go unfound, we'll add another sample to it. Cap
That's
at
pretty
5,
cool.
and none of that stuff you can get in Texas.
Oh,
So
nice. All right. Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
That Dragon's Milk Honey is exclusive up in Michigan.
All right.
The 1 foot cock Empire Rye bottled in bond, that's from Buffalo, New York.
All right.
The Cody Road, I think that's from like Iowa. And then there's a short barrel 12-year rye. That's the
Nice.
Matt from Whiskey Wisdom and the Sean from Echoes and the Attorney YouTubers. They did a pick. That's
haven't tried it.
out of Georgia. So should all be stuff you've never had. So that's perfect.
awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm over here like,
Racing
How
over
am I
here, I'm sure.
how am I gonna rig that 107?
Lots of.
Giveaway.
I don't know. Lots of luck. Lots of luck.
It was good meeting you, man. I'll
Yes,
see you
sir.
around soon.
Good to see you, Noah.
I was waiting for the live stream yesterday.
I posted that one the day before at midnight too, and it still didn't notify people. I don't know what's going on with YouTube.
Well, I guess I caught it right when you were ending it.
Yeah.
I had to wait for it to post afterwards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it goes private, and then I have to re-up. Yeah. I don't know why it does that.
I'll see you around soon.
Yes, sir. And now we got one more stop. We got to continue building those specs points in hopes that we get a phone call. Yeah, Noah said score. Man, it's hot. It's like 100+ degrees already. It's only 10:30 in the morning. I'm sweating. You know, we have like bots too. Even the bots are slow to share it to Discords. Some of them will share immediately when I schedule a post, but they don't ping everybody. And then other times, like I'll get notifications in the morning that, oh, hey, this guy posted content. It was from the day before. I'm like, what is wrong with these bots? No Blanton samples in there. If we do any Blantons, it's gonna have to be something special, like straight from the barrel. I couldn't do you dirty like that and do a Blanton sample. He's like, damn it, these samples suck. There's no Blantons. Now that Dragon's Milk, that's $100 bottle at the distillery. They're going for like $200+ on secondary, which is ridiculous. It's a 6-year small batch, and it's honey, but the way they do the honey, it's not infused. It's with like actual honey, so and it's non-chill filtered. So you'll see it's a little hazy whenever you pour it up, and that's because they didn't filter out the honey. They just dumped it with the honey. So pretty interesting. The Empire Rye bottled in bond 1 foot cock, that rye is not your typical rye, but it was the first thing that I actually liked. That was a rye. It was very sweet, not your typical rye flavor, and I really enjoyed it. At 100 proof, it was damn good. What else did we have? The short barrel rye pick from Matt from Whiskey Wisdom. It's a 95.5 rye. It's 12 years. I think that one's running like 111, 113 proof as well. That one was an exceptional pour as well. And Cody Road Bourbon, that's 105 proof single barrel bourbon. That was given to us by Torup. He wanted us to share samples of that bottle with others. Nothing crazy. I think it's like a $30, $40 bottle. But for 30, 40 bucks, I mean, that's a pretty good heavy hitter right there for something that's readily available in his area at the right price. Similar to how, early times bottled in bond was a sleeper bottle that now everybody wants because it's a $20 liter bottle that's good. I think the Cody Rhodes, it's definitely up there as one of those bottles where it's a good bottle to pick up and have on the shelf if it's local in your area. Hazmat Compton said 131.2. Okay, that's how much the proof point is on the short barrel 12-year pick from Matt from Whiskey Wisdom and Sean from Echoes and Eternity. So hell yeah. Yeah, honey is delicious. I'm trying to get. He said he tried it from the milkman himself. Nick Jones helped him out. I do want to get some more honey finish stuff. I have some people locally looking for me. I'm looking for the experimental series of Nulu. They have a honey barrel. I want that. There's talk. I don't want to disclose it just yet because I'm probably going to be a part of that one, or I hope I'm going to be a part of that one. But there might be another honey finish series that's going to be happening with another distillery that you guys might be familiar with if you've had samples from me. That'll be completely unique and new. The only issue, and I can't really talk about it too much, is they only have one barrel, so you either like it or you don't. If you don't like it, then you don't do the pick. If you like it, you do the pick, but you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's a one-time, one-off barrel that'll take some time to reproduce. So it only makes sense for you to, buy it and do the barrel pick, whether it's good or bad, just because it's their first, unless it's just that awful, which I can't imagine being awful. I mean, honey's involved. It'll take a lot of the sweetness and put that in there, and it'll be unique. It'll be unique, I'll say that. I don't want to give away too much. Yeah, that Middle West Dark Pumpernickel Rye is actually pretty good too. I do agree. Alright, getting ready to turn. We'll see how far away we are. I know we got a couple more to go. Let's see, we are 4 minutes away from the store, so we went to Goody Goody, then we went to Specs, then we went to another Goody Goody, and now we're on our way to the second Specs, the infamous and famous store. Famous as in I've got my first bottle of Stag at a good price there. Infamous as the, cell phone reception blows, there's no Wi-Fi, and no, I did not set up a hotspot on my truck, so no boosted signal to stay live. If it lets us stay live, the image normally goes really, really blurry, so when it does that, we just try to talk about what we see so you guys can still hear me, but sometimes it doesn't even let me do that, and it just gives the little loading screen and keeps telling you to press try again, so it's pretty frustrating. I have tried the Middle West Spirits, though. The Dark Pumpernickel Rye is nice. They do have a cask strength version of that as well. I have not had the fortune of trying the cask strength, but the regular one I actually did buy a couple bottles. And if you look back, I did a video in a hotel lobby with Mr. Victor from the Whiskey Panda, and we actually did have one of those Dark Pumpernickel Ryes where we did a tasting of that together, and we talked about it. It just wasn't the cask strength. Cask strength seems to be harder to find, and the Total Wine I bought them from, they said they're no longer going to carry them, so they were discounted, so they were way cheaper than what we initially were trying to plan to find and buy. We are now on Harwood, and we are 2 minutes out, and we're 2 lights out. I don't think I go to Specs and Hearst like ever. I've been there I think one time, I think. It's kind of far. I guess it's not too far, but it's not something I go to very often, I'll say that. Mark Duffy says, don't waste my time with the hotspot with the Ford. It's just as bad as using my cell phone reception as it is the hotspot. Oh, man. Well, it was one of those things where it was like, you never know till you try, but it looks like Mark Duffy has tried. So we'll learn from Mark Duffy's experience and just say it's a no-go and it sucks. Damn, that sucks. We were trying to find a solution for the store. We were talking about dragging Will out here with his Tesla and making him do the hotspot while I go inside and hunt. Candy Road, he said he got the rye pick with the bourbon judge. He can get me a sample. That's crazy that they let you guys do a pick for them. I didn't even know they had single barrels or picks. What's up? I am. You missed me by a couple seconds. I just gave away samples.
Oh, dang.
Anything?
Laguna Madre, and I picked up those
Do
Kentucky.
they have more Laguna?
I just walked out today.
I have one coming in the mail, but I was gonna get it back up.
Yeah,
Show it off. He's got the Laguna here. He's got the lid that comes up.
Watch out for the lid, though. Here, I'll get it out. I'll get it out, Joe.
No more Lagunas, man. I asked about them yesterday. They said they didn't have any.
I didn't ask about that because I was chasing.
So you know it's worth it to race over to Goody Goody when I said I was there. See, we were gonna try to get one at the cash price because the Specs cash price is the only way I'd buy this bottle, other than the way I paid, because I paid $3.64. It's funny though, the bottle went from High Texas. Get some Fortaleza as well. Hey, you got the Añejo, man. That's where it's at though. See, we've had the Blanco and the Repo, but I've never seen the Añejo.
I'm actually gonna crack that one today.
Hell yeah.
It's a pool day.
Yeah, I mean tequila's good too, so maybe next time for samples.
Is this your first stop for the day?
No, this is my last stop of the day.
Oh, did you go to Goody?
I went to Goody Goody Colleyville.
You should have texted me.
There was, well, Will told me there was no one there, but I'm like, I'm already on my way, and the manager went over there, so since the manager from Bedford moved, I went and said hi to him. So they had 2 Weller Millenniums, and they're asking like $8,000. So anything in here left?
Not really.
Hey. No, I wish. You gonna call me one? So you said you picked up the Kentucky Owls? Yeah, that was a good sales price.
Yeah, it was. That's insane.
It's gone. No longer
here.
here.
Sample. I actually love that batch.
Yeah.
I need to get you some samples. We need to meet up because you gotta give the Nancy pick cash strength for Still Austin. You have to give that a second chance.
Okay, because the pick I have is terrible.
It's terrible. I have that same pick. It's terrible. But I tried it when I was down there picking up a bottle, and the once they brought Nancy in, it's night and day. It doesn't even taste like Texas whiskey.
Yeah, her and her Joseph Magnus picks. She's starting to put her hand in a couple different stuff things. So Still Austin, I think that'll be their saving. Did you not look at the tequila earlier? Which one? Yeah, when I'm live, I don't get to actually look at the Discord, unfortunately. Gus was like, "Hey, I know that guy." Cascanes Blanco. They do have the G4 Repo here. $59.84 for the Repo. Tequila Ocho, the Plata, and the Repo. Still looking for store picks of this though for one of the boys. So we're looking for store picks of it because they have some that they'll put the stickers on them. They're like single barrels. One of our guys is actually looking for that exact bottle with the single barrels.
My most favorite one.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm not lying. That and Mienta.
Yeah, Mienta. I love that one. They have the gift sets of that too, where you can get like the 2 little agave cups for like the same price of the bottle.
That's too good to even give. I'll probably give for like somewhere.
Let's go check out the whiskey. Hey, Overholt still got a bunch of them for $34.99. Mellow corn. I'm not seeing anything new, guys. Other than that G4 repo. Do we buy the G4 repo? I think Riley already got a bottle. I thought they were supposed to have a new riff, but we never found it the other day. And still got more smoke wagon picks. We did pick one up here before. Tell High Proof you said what's up. Alright, I'll say hi to him. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and cut the live so I can go chat with him. He's on the phone, but whenever he gets off the phone, we'll go talk to him. So cheers, guys, and I'll see you guys for the next one. I'll let you guys know what I buy.